Well, hello everyone. Happy Throwback Thursday, and the rotation leads us to a Bionicle review. And this one's on Skopio XV-1 from 2009. So now, starting out with the driver of all, Tellerus, which some claim to be a Glatorian for that, but actually I think probably be maybe more considered a Gory, since obviously it has the torso piece of an Agori slash Apatoran for that. But however, although I think he can still kind of be considered as a Glatorian, since he has some of the usual pieces as any Glatorian, that is. Although I think he could belong to the Wastelands, sort of like how Matanui kind of is. But that's just me. Or maybe is also has the same sickness that Sawmod from the Baran's V7 also has, so he could be Jungle Tribe. I'm not sure about that, but whatever. So as for the feet, which are the kind of recent Apatoran feet, but in this Keytorange color. Yeah, in the Keytorange, sort of like we had on Ranu from the Winter Wave. Yeah, that's right. And then further are to the lower leg, and also what these blue pins are out for, are most likely to connect him to Skopio. And then as for the lower leg pieces, which are just the Toametru lower legs, but in this Keytorange color, which nice to get in that color, of course. And then as for the lower legs, just very simplistic on how they are, with the double socket joint type connectors in this Fantoka styling, and then the Toametru armor in silver. So all of which seen since the Toametru sets of 2004, of course. Then the body piece, again, a Apatoran Agori body piece for that, but on the back side of which are these two pins sticking out, and that's where you can connect one of the life counters onto. But whereas later on in the instructions it says put them on Skopio for that. I'm not sure why that is, but whatever. Although I think an extra armor piece on the backside could have worked out as well, but yeah. And as for the arms here, which are just the same exact pieces, or double socket joint pieces, and then also the Baraki Kama armor pieces in Keytorange, which nice to use for mocking, and also Technic pin on there to keep it stable as well. And then have these Toamata slash Slicer arm pieces, which we kind of saw on the Power Robo Rider in 2000, but nice to see that carried on to here. And then also the hand pieces in Keytorange, also like on Ranu in the Winter Wave of Glatorians. And then as for the helmet mask area, which as for this mask part of which is quite nice face detailing to it, like two ridges in the center and a couple small eyes for that, but take right off of it, and then have a few Technic bits onto a traditional Glatorian headpiece holding these tubes in, which is part of putting him on Skopio, which I'll show later. And then in this helmet piece from the backside is actually the spigot headpiece from Baran's V7, but it's all in Keytorange instead of green and lime green for that. Although this can kind of work out if you were to make sort of a Keytorange spigot or whatever, or weird creature mock as well. So kind of the cheapness factor going on for this thing. And so now that's about it with driver Tellerus. And now on to Skopio XV-1 itself, which from first glance which as of now it's kind of in its like crawling tractor mode, which obviously with the 4 track like pieces or tread pieces, which we saw on Sendox V1, but good, and also have the life counter piece in black for that, and also this larger Technic gear piece in orange for that, which nice to see and use for mocking. And however, these tread pieces, like we see in most sets or Technic sets for that, but however on this surface roll kind of a-okay, but best working on carpet for that. But then as for the rest of the leg assemblies, which are mostly like Technic pieces, and also these pistons on the sides, and also have all these like hooky side blades and Solexor pieces just on all sides for some reason, most likely to be like extra Bionicle style detailing on all of them. And then also have these large panel kind of pieces like on that Exalra T9 the year prior also had, but used in a different kind of way for that. And then and these like extra leg pistons going upwards, and then also have like a large assembly with all these ratchet joint kind of pieces, which the Striking Venom in Exo Force also had a few years earlier, but this is the first and only time these have appeared in Bionicle for that. So, however, this set does work out as a good parts pack for these kind of joint pieces. And then, as for this center body section, which holds these, so just a few more Technic kind of assemblages for that, and then also these other panel pieces which fold sideways outwards, and then hold large open section, most likely to put something on if you wanted. And then also the far back section, which is its large scorpion like tail part, which is just 2 beams together and can like come right upwards like so. And then, sort of like on Thornax V9 did, is reusing the Medak Sky Blasters on there. So press on that and launches like so. But luckily in this case, it's just 2. Also like Exalra T9 the year prior also did, but and also it's kind of more easy to access than that. And also on this front part of the tail and the back part of the tail are the 2 figure game dial kind of pieces for that. Nice to see. And also good easy access to both of them for that if you do play the game. And then also do have a traditional handpiece, but in gray for that. Although I think would have been a regular style handpiece or a classic connector handpiece, like in either gray or dark red or black, at least for that, to hold the Thorax launcher here, which press on it and it launches like so. And then you have a couple of these deep shaped kind of pieces that you can hold on to and carry around with it, like a handle part. And of course, almost reminiscent of those of the carrying handles that most of the large Star Wars sets tend to have. So it's nice to see that trend here. Yeah. And then onto this upper section, which is just a couple more assemblages in these larger panels on the front part of it, and then also do have Toamari Jawler's crab and chest armor piece, but again in dark red like that one, but in this open spot, which in the Legend Reborn movie is where the large eyes would be at. Then, and then, although you could add those in if you wanted, but yeah. In this front section, which are these 2 Fantoka Antaraz kind of claw blade pieces, but used as large size mandibles for that, and then traditional little spike pieces as smaller mandibles, and held on by this red rubber band like we saw on Thornax V9 as well, so you can open it up and pinch like so. And so now let me get, or spread these out. Just one click, and then enough to get Tellerus onto it. Well, although in the Legend Reborn movie and backside of the box cover, which shows him lying down on it like that. So kind of don't understand why that is, but whatever. So now on to getting Tellerus connected onto it, or I mean, put onto it. Like these blue pins connect onto the holes in there. And then these fist pieces just attach onto those red pins like most of the other vehicle sets. And then the Tonomari tubes here connect onto the exposed pins on both sides. And there. And whereas like this switch, it's in there quite well for that. And now, how it gets to the Skopio XV-1, which, well, it's for the main feature. So now, watch closely. So just with the click joints, make sure it's out 3, up 1. So there it was, out 3, and now up 1. And the legs of which are on ball joints, turn right down like that. Oh, whoops. And then here he is, all folded outwards. Although, for the sake of this review, can go out one more click to that. And as you see, this is quite huge in there. Kind of takes up most of my review space in here. So this is quite large for that. But if you had a traditional Glatorian figure, which it would come out to, would pretty much come to about there for that. Although in the Legend Reborn movie, of which when Matanui kind of gets right up onto it, he pretty much just gets onto one of these spiky pieces, which are also on the bottom part for that, and then goes right upwards and then onto the stinger tail with a scope piece on it. And of course the Thorn XV-9, which was a lot smaller than that. So this was quite out of scale for that. So I guess it was probably to make it work with the price point of it or something. Maybe just go like this. So now on to the final verdict is. Overall, I think this is a great set. Like, do get plenty good playability and also a couple neat features and also a lot of tread pieces, of course. Like for the $90 that it was back in 2009, I'd say well worth it. Like, but at least just about as good as much as the 80 that Exalera T9 the year prior kind of was for that. And also nice this whole interesting build of being a scorpion type design, which I say very great for how it is. Like, it's like you get a lot of good tread pieces and then a bunch of Technic click joints as well. Well, larger style ones. First and only time of seeing those in Bionicle, but otherwise still great to have for that. So this is a large parts pack of various Technic pieces and other things, and tread pieces, of course. and don't see any much flaws in it, but otherwise still great for how it is. And so this, which is truly a sign of the times, where something at $90 would be about this large, but nowadays something like this would probably be like around 120, 150 or so. Well, since of course 2009 there was little different standards for that, but yeah. And oh, it's not much, but yeah. So, although maybe some of those like a little uh, rubber tread click-in pins, like from the boost set, also would have been nice to include here, so there would be better traction for it on other surfaces. But same with the Sendo XV-1, but maybe that would have been a little too much. And of course, they didn't exist yet at that time. But yeah. And what else? But and one more time, I say still great for how it is. But yeah. Although I think maybe little bit of dark red could have been added into the color scheme. But however, I can still kind of forgive how it is. But yeah. And so now, if any of you still have this set from back in the day, well, I hope you had some great memories of it. And for those of you who haven't and are still looking to get this set, I'd say definitely pick it up. eBay, Bricklink, Mercari, Bricks and Minifigs, whatever, if you can or able to afford the secondhand prices. But yeah. And so now that's about it with this review. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.